Hello everybody, today is April 8th and I wasn't planning on recording, but it's spring here in Zone 9B, and also the way the roses are blooming right now is going to be very different from when they're going to bloom, like maybe in a month again, because the first bloom is the best one, and I wanted to show you some of the David Austin roses, and pretty much I'm going to show just what is blooming. I'm not going to go a very detailed tour around the garden because not everything is blooming but the roses, so let's go. So the first rose I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna write the name on the screen because I forgot it and I cannot see the tag. But the biggest issue I have with this one right now is the powdery meadow or meadow. I don't know what it's called. I removed a bunch of leaves, and I just hope the entire rose doesn't get affected. But this is, I don't know, this is the only rose I feel like I have with that issue, and I don't know why it's happening, to be honest. So I'm trying to figure out if I need to move it to different place, but you can kind of spot it, like, so I'm gonna remove this because it's not gonna be good for the rest of the buds. And but it's such a pretty blooms, and as soon as the buds open, I'm gonna do another video because it's spectacular. And I don't remember having that issue the first year when I had it. I think this is the third year, and I don't know if it's where the place is, so I don't know. I'm gonna move to the next one now. So this rose is called Roald Dahl. Again, it's David Austin. It's absolutely beautiful. The buds are so pretty, peachy color. I'm obsessed. I know I think in every video I'm saying the same word, that I'm obsessed, but this is a stunning rose. Look at it when they're small and when they're very mature. They're getting very pale, but it's really, really pretty. I believe this one is the second year for this rose here, because usually, so this is my very first rose, one of the very first roses by David Austin, and this one is the second year that I got, so you can tell by the size. I'm not sure if I'm going to plant this in a bigger pot, because I think even in this pot it's going to be fine. So I have an issue here. This is not a David Austin rose, but I don't know how I cut this one, where you can tell everything completely broke. But I'm not going to cut it because we can still see the blooms. Once it blooms, I'm going to cut it back again, and hopefully it's going to be fine. But I don't know what happened. I don't know if they were too long, the branches. I have no idea. And now we're moving to this stunner. I'm going to check the label again if I can see it, but if I don't tell you the name right now, I'm going to write it on the screen because I'm going to find it through my old videos or online through the website of David Austin. It's such a pretty rose and it smells amazing. It's one of the very fragrant roses I have by David Austin. It's the first one also that bloomed. So far, no issues with powdery mildew or with anything else, but I did spray it before we went on a trip with the stuff that I was showing you in the other videos for aphids. And then this is pretty much what's happening here. This rose is the one that I got from Green Acres that I was hunting for. So we'll see when the buds start opening. I'm expecting to be really, really pretty. This is the view here right now. The blooms are not there yet. It should be full with blooms. And then let's move this way. Nothing is happening here. I was moving a couple plants, and this one, because I moved it, it looks kind of not very happy. This is one of the David Austin roses that I moved it from the pot and I planted here. It looks great. It's just gonna adjust. I planted probably a month ago. I just had too many in the pots and I decided not to. It was just overcrowded, and I'm gonna wait for it to bloom to record a video. And here I'm gonna go further so you guys can see the big picture of all the Iceberg roses. If you're start gardening, honestly, the Iceberg roses are so easy. Definitely attract aphids. You have to have that in mind. But if you spray them, you're gonna be fine. They're so beautiful. They bloom so much. Just stunning, yeah. This is another rose. I never knew the name. That was many, many years ago when I purchased it. It's very fragrant rose, very fragrant. And it's so beautiful. I gotta already cut the spent flowers. And then we go to this beauty. The reason I want to do the video today is because of this Eden Climber. It's probably one of the favorite roses by a lot of gardeners and flower lovers. It's really pretty. But the first bloom, as I said, are the most spectacular ones, and I want to make sure I capture this. If you ask me if it's in the pot, yes, it is. But I am not sure if the roots already went through the pot, because I put a kind of mesh thing so the roots don't go down, but they might have been. So I don't know. They might have gone down. I don't know. But this is maybe fifth year, I would say. Yeah, it's beautiful. And then I just planted this clematis here so it can go up a little bit, because I don't want to put another David Austin rose on the other side because they're so big that the entrance will be kind of limited. And then we have a little bit of blooms for the salvia, always producing. This salvia is stunning blue, very pretty blue color. You can see a little bit here. And then the other David Austin rose, which again, I'm going to find out the name. Let me go to the other side so you see the blooms. So this is the other David Austin rose. So it's really pretty as well. I guess I am into peachy colors. I love pink, peachy, all those shades. It reminds me a little bit of Roald Dahl. And let me see if I can find the name. Port Sunlight. This is another favorite of mine. It's not by David Austin. It's also Easy Italian Ice. I think that was the name. And it's so pretty. It changes its colors to white, to creamy, to pink, to yellow. It's really beautiful rose. And it's very healthy. I would say like it's not like having any issues with anything pretty much. I'm gonna show you the view from further so you kind of can see the size of it if you ever decide to go for it. I don't even trim it much. I don't do no deadheading, nothing. That's how everything looks like right now. You almost want to freeze the time just to enjoy the flowers. And then this climbing one was from Lowe's. I have no idea the name. I just love the changing colors. It's really pretty, always producing. And hopefully it's going to climb up there over the shed. Yeah. I can't really control it much. And it's very thorny. Very thorny. So in this garden, as you know, I planted some seeds, some zinnias. We'll see what's going to happen. The cucumbers, I'm not sure if they're going to be happy with too much shade because of the apricot tree here. So we'll see what I'm going to do. And there we have this. Nothing crazy yet. We're waiting for the time when they're going to be blooming. And yeah, that's pretty much on this side. This is how everything looks like. And I'm going to go only in the front to show you the iceberg roses there. One thing I want to mention for this garden, we tried to clean up a little bit here. We still have much more to do, but I planted 2 roses from Home Depot because they were on sale. This one and this one, they're really pretty. I just didn't capture the blooms because they were already blooming, kind of, the flowers were almost spent when I got them, but once they get a little bigger and rebloom, I'm gonna show you again. And hopefully everything is gonna, this is lily, daylily, I think it's called, and this one. They're gonna come, and this is salvia, and this is another salvia there, but the garden doesn't look really kind of ready for showing, but it's what we're dealing with. And this is black-eyed Susan, which I'm so excited about this season because it's gonna bloom so much. And here we have the small bed that was crazy with so much grass, and I clean it up. Those are coming every year. I don't remember the name, and they're like kind of purplish, kind of tall cones. And of course, this is a lantana that I don't know why I planted here. I planted before they came out. And this is another plant that I got from Green Acres a couple weeks ago. This is what it's called. And hopefully it's gonna go nice and big and fill the space. And the beautiful purple lavender. And then it's almost time for blooming for the jasmine. It smells so amazing. I don't know if you smell jasmine, but it smells incredible. And then the pots are almost getting filled the way I want to. Those are proven winners, and I believe I have the, yeah, this is one of them. I like to keep the tags so I know, or so if somebody asks me. I got them from proven winners. They're really pretty, and I'm waiting for the whole pot to be filled, and hopefully they're not gonna overwhelm this beauty here. And then on this side we have those, and we'll see what's gonna happen because I don't feel like this is happy here for some reason. It looks kind of sad. I don't know. It's been a couple weeks and it should have filled the pot, but we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. Last but not least, the Iceberg roses. They're just stunning. It's probably one of my favorites because of the durability, the way, I mean, they don't have many issues with like health issues and stuff, except sometimes they do have aphids. But once you spray them, a lot of roses have aphids issues. It's much better to have aphids issues than any other bugs or beetles and stuff. And this yellow one, it's already spent. I gotta kind of deadhead it to bloom again. It was beautiful. I just don't know the name, as I said in my previous videos. Oh, and we have a problem. We do have a problem. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure this guy doesn't keep staying here, so I gotta kill it. Anyway, this is how they look like. Oh, we have more. That's Japanese beetle, and they're eating the roses, and I don't like that. I gotta get rid of them. So thank you everybody for watching. This is, as I said, April 8th. That's the blooms. And hopefully we'll see what's blooming maybe end of April or May. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. I'm pretty much answering all the questions. And have a good day. Bye.